Everyone wants to live near Austin, but nobody wants to pay Austin prices. This right here, let's go check it out. So grateful to have you back on the channel today, and I really appreciate you taking the time. Got an amazing home tour for you today. I'm talking about a home, I'm showing you a brand new home that's over 2,500 square feet, probably the price of a downtown Austin condo. And it is absolutely amazing. You are on a cul-de-sac lot in a beautiful neighborhood of Lariat. And this is the Rainey plan built by Tri-Pointe Homes here in Liberty Hill, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get a deep dive tour of this one-story plan and why timing is everything. This home has tremendous value at the price point that it's at right now. And I'm gonna be telling you about the same floor plan that was on the other side of the same street and what it went for. And that's why I feel this is an absolutely amazing home and tremendous value. We always talk about elevation. When we first walk up to a home, this home has tremendous curb appeal. Everything from the stucco and the Texas limestone, and you have some really great contrasting colors in this elevation. Tri-Pointe Homes really focuses on high-end design in all their elevations, but predominantly inside. But now, what I'm seeing in a lot of their homes is tremendous elevations that have really great curb appeal when you walk up to a property. Take a look at this right here. We are on a cul-de-sac, as I mentioned, but you have a beautiful front porch. Many one-story homes, you don't see this. And this is one of those things that's kind of going away. But I apologize about some of the banging behind me, but I wanted to show you, you are on a beautiful cul-de-sac lot, and we are located right off of County Road 214. And I'm going to tell you how this right here, this county road, will connect into 183 in the very near future. As we come in, take a look at this right here. This is what I love to see in a beautiful one-story home. When you have a wide foyer right as you come into the home, it is expansive, it is inviting. I'm gonna close the door behind me and we're gonna get into today's home tour. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, you have so much design in this home and beautiful choices, but it's about the value. It's about what you're getting for the money. At the time of this recording, this home priced right at $524,000. This Rainey floor plan. But I believe a home like this, we can get it for in the high fours. So I'm gonna be showing you all the details of this home. And as we know, everything always begins right here in the kitchen. And ladies and gentlemen, you have an amazing kitchen. This Rainey floor plan is a beautiful one-story home. Take a look at all the cabinetry, and I cannot wait till you see the pantry. Many on the channel always talk about the pantry. You are gonna be very impressed with this home and the pantry. But this Rainey plan, 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, right under 2,600 square feet, and you have a 2-car garage. But it's about the green belt behind us and the views and direct access from the backyard. We're gonna end the video out there and you're gonna see, but it is absolutely beautiful. Right here back in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen, I love this right here, how you have the perimeter cabinets, beautiful kind of creamy white alabaster color with these beautiful pendant lights, and that almost kind of green gray backsplash really looks well. And when you have that beautiful kind of vent hood, it's that wow factor, and it's that, you know, your eyes gravitate towards that. It really, really looks good. And you know, we always talk about this, spaces. Spaces right here between the sink, which is a single basin Blanco sink, and the range. Really nice to see this, where you can actually have flow, ingress and egress, and literally feel like you're not bumping into anyone. This is really, really nice. As we get a close-up of the movement within the backsplash, and it goes really well with the quartz. Really nice, pretty, very light veining in the quartz, but really, really pretty. As I just panned for you all the way around, you just have really great natural light in this floor plan. Tri-Pointe Homes has done a remarkable job in their properties for design and natural light. They have done a beautiful job. Just take a look at the details here in this crushed granite Blanco sink with the really nice hardware, kind of that thicker gold hardware, really looks sharp. And this has a kind of like a brushed nickel kind of gold in it, but it just really looks pretty. And I love a builder who's not cheap about adding enough can lights. You know, lately I've been to so many design appointments, and my clients sometimes get really frustrated because they're like, man, Avi, it just feels like sometimes we're nickel and dimed. You know, everything is $150, $200 a piece for some of these can lights. And it's really nice to see value. And that's what you're getting in a home like this, and that's what you're getting in a price point like this with even soft close cabinetry right here in the kitchen. But it's really about the spaces in this home. This home has some really great spaces. As I come in here, you have an automatic kind of motion light for this pantry. Just take a look at the size. Ladies and gentlemen, this is such a nice, large pantry in this home. Really, really pretty, and they've done a great job of maximizing space and taking the shelves all the way. You know, many times builders might just stop kind of like right here, but here we have two more, you know, and it just really helps with all the things that we need to add in here. So I'm really impressed with this, and this is amazing. This community of Lariat is an absolutely amazing community. This just isn't a neighborhood, I want to tell you that. This is kind of like where, when we were kids, when we were growing up, you know, this is the kind of neighborhood I feel, in my opinion, that that we've been kind of missing, where you have everything from, you know, community get-togethers to really everybody having a good time fishing. You have a stocked pond. You have frisbee golf. You got really amazing pools. You got a school right here on site. You know, friendships that can be built year over year over year, and you can follow them all the way through. You know, these are the kind of things that are so important. And just like this, here in the mud area, I tell my clients all the time, please add a receptacle. You can hang our backpacks, we can keep the laptops and all these things that kids need to charge all in one spot. Right here, bedroom number 4, and it literally feels like another master suite. Take a look at the size of this room. We're gonna pass up the closet first, but you got a really nice sized room here with a large walk-in closet. I mean, this is a really, you don't see secondary rooms with closets like this size. This is really, really nice. And then you have a walk-in shower with a mud set, not a pan. Love a builder who spends the money and does things the right way. This right here, 12 by 24 tile, walking into the mud set. And then this is the big deal. We always talk about this, taking the tile all the way to the top. This right here literally makes the space feel so much larger. And one more thing as well, adding that extra can. Many builders are cutting corners and not adding that extra can light. And I think that is so vital and a mistake. And I'm really glad that we don't see that in this particular home. So really, really nice. As we walk down this hallway, then we're gonna make a right. You're gonna see your 2-car garage. Another great thing about this home is the lighting. In spaces like this, I've been to many garages these days. I'm telling you the truth, they literally put one. Let me count it again. 1 can light, and that's it. Here you have a dedicated tube LED, which is really, really nice to see. And another thing I like to see in this garage is an expansion tank. We don't have a tankless water heater I see here, so it must be in the attic, but having a expansion tank like that right there and having a water softener loop is really, really nice. You have a fully finished texture painted garage with trim. So this is really nice. 2-car garage, probably not a lot of great space for storage, but nonetheless, you have a really nice space. Coming back into the home, it's just, love standing right here and just panning for you, left all the way to the right. Into the family room. Love the size of this family room because you can literally put the furniture however you like, and you can look out here at your sliders and just see the greenery. Beautiful natural light coming in from the sliders and the 3 beautiful fixed picture glass windows in that dining area. And another thing about that dining area, love that we can put any kind of table that we see right there. But this right here, ladies and gentlemen, as we came in, just a really nice wide foyer, right as you come in. And the thing I failed to mention is right here to the right, how you have an office as well in this 1-story home. You have this double divided light doors that lead into your office. And because it's the front of the home, right underneath that porch, you got really great windows in this space and a really great size. Lariat, the thing about this community that really impresses me is the location. As I mentioned earlier, you're literally right off of Country Road 214, and it's all about everything that's coming here. And the folks who definitely invest early are the ones who come out ahead from an equity upside standpoint. Case in point, as you can see right here, coming right in, the world's largest Target, ladies and gentlemen, by 20,000 square feet. This is the largest Target in the world in Liberty Hill, Texas. And right next to that, you have a Costco. And we know that Costco doesn't just put their stores anywhere. They do tremendous amount of feasibility studies on where they put their stores. You have, and that's 6 miles, literally 6 miles door to door. I wanted to make sure that I calculated it today when I arrived at this property to really tell you. But another thing about this that I want to mention inside, because outside they were kind of banging, they were pouring a foundation. So I totally understand. I didn't want to talk over that. Is kind of right in the distance, you're going to see some vehicles. Those vehicles, that is County Road 214. And that county road is going to turn into 183. So why that's important is you don't have to go back into town to then hit every single traffic light to then get into the city. You can literally bypass that when you don't need to get into Liberty Hill and to get into the city, and you can have the ability to get southbound to Austin, 183 South, or you can head northbound should your plans be taking you to Lampasas, Texas. So that is really neat. Both these bedrooms, bedroom number 3 and 4 right here, are identical in size, and everything from the size of the room to the closet, they're all pretty much the same for these two. So I want to make sure I show you that. But good to see real double doors, not these small kind of accordion doors, but real double doors where you actually have space for things. And speaking of space, the secondary bathroom, ladies and gentlemen, in this plan, take a look at this right here. You don't see this very often. You don't see a secondary bathroom this size with double vanity. Love to see this. Once again, tile all the way to the top. You also have a linen closet in here. I had one of our patrons who were watching the channel very closely. There was a floor plan the other day, and I'm surprised. I mean, there literally was no door that went into the primary bath and no linen closet. So sometimes you see kind of surprising things, but take a look at this right here. Double vanity and having that extra storage right there. Really, really nice. That happens to me sometimes, walk in and I have something I want to tell you, And then you lose your train of thought. This right here, what I like about this dining area, I'm gonna take a couple steps back just so you can see from a width standpoint, even with that door swinging right here, which I really like that, because there's been some plans where that's your only way in and out. Here, obviously that's one way in and out, but having a dedicated door is another way out, which is great. But this right here, having a space where you can literally put any kind of table you want, whether it be diameter, whether it be square or rectangle, love seeing that. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is awesome, because this is your only dining area and you don't want to be forced to be like, hey, you know what? I can only fit this kind of table. I got no other choice. I mean, we have choices here. And take a look at this right here, your primary bedroom. This is a really great size. There is tremendous amount of value, ladies and gentlemen, in this floor plan and at this price point. Because I'll be very honest with you, I'm gonna stand here in this corner now. I do not see what you're about to see even in this bathroom. For the money and for the price point, I don't see a fully frameless glass enclosure. I see a lot of builders who are cheaping out and cutting corners and putting in a semi-frameless glass enclosure in a primary bath. When you're spending this kind of money, that's an absolute no-no. And you don't do that. And a lot of folks have been doing that. And I definitely call it out. And I make sure I tell everybody, because those are kind of things that it's not good, you know, and they don't bring value. You always want to spend money in the bathrooms and the kitchen. The only two areas predominantly where you're always going to get your money back. So take a look at this right here. You have a tub, a Roman soaking tub that's literally feels kind of inset, because from the ground level here, it feels low, and then you kind of walk into it and then you're just soaking in there, you know? Really, really nice. But it's all about this right here. Fully frameless glass enclosure, beautiful size shower, and tile all the way to the top. Really nice marble, kind of a marble look, 12 by 24. Really, really pretty. And then you have your lavatory as you come in over here, and then a beautiful, nice, large primary closet. And what I appreciate about this closet, the same type of exact light we just saw in the garage. Because once again, I was filming a home recently that had one can light, literally just one can light in the entire primary closet. And I'm not kidding, it was probably 1.5x times the size of this one. And I'm like, it's just not enough light. But here you have two dedicated LED tubes, and it's just well lit. It's the way it should be. You know, this is the kind of things that I love to see a builder who doesn't cut corners and doing things the right way always. Really, really nice. I would love to know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about this plan. This is a beautiful plan, the Rainey plan, one-story home, and it's all about the lot. It's all about where we're located, not only in a wonderful community, but where we are located within the community. Because many times we can pick the wrong lot and it completely changes how we feel about the house and the overall investment. Just a really great size covered patio right here. 2 can lights and just plenty of space. And I love to see this because I haven't seen this all week, not everywhere. And homes that were priced even more than this, having a gas stub out. This is almost becoming a non-negotiable. If the community has gas, natural gas, then we should have a gas stub out, and that should be a non-negotiable, even on an inventory home like this. At the time of this recording, this particular Rainey plan is available for sale here in Lariat. Once again, it is a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath with an office right under 2,600 square feet, asking price of $524,000. But I believe there is even more value in that price because of literally right down the street. Always find the best professional that's going to help you, guide you, and that can earn your trust. Here in this backyard, one thing that's very important, final thing I'm going to tell you is always, always, always look at the survey before you sign anything at all. Please look at the survey. See what the build line is from the back fence to where the envelope is Is it 5 feet, 10 feet? Some neighborhoods it's 15 feet. Very, very important. On this side, if there is a PUE, what is the PUE? Is it 2 feet, 2.5, 3 feet? What is it? That way, because these are things that are so important that a lot of folks in my profession sometimes don't tell folks. And then it's not until you're at the closing table or when you're far into the process where we're not gonna back out now. And I always feel it's so important and so vital to be honest and to tell our clients about all these things that are important that many can sometimes look over. So if you have any questions at all about this Rainey floor plan here in Lariat or any floor plan built by Tri-Pointe Homes, would love to be a resource for you. And feel free to reach out to me. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this video brought you some value. Look forward to bringing you the next video here on the channel, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, and God bless.